I just take this time to say that, Alex, I like how the two parts of your mustache are following social distancing protocol.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yo,
my
that's
God.
a welcome back. Another Chalky Milk Gang podcast. This is season 2, episode 7, I believe. This is the 9th episode of the podcast. Welcome back. We got our usual 3, obviously, Tyler, Will, and I, but we got our first outside of Connecticut special guest, Devin Pai. Welcome to the program.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for having me. Really
Thank you for having me. But yeah, Devin's my cousin. He's one of my really good friends, and he fits right into this topic. Just so you know what we're talking about today, we're going over the college application process. Obviously, a lot of people from the class of 2024 have already gone through this, but class of 2025 are coming at you with some good content. Me, Tyler, and Will Will's entering a sophomore year. He took a gap year. Me and Tyler entering our junior year of college, and Devin just went through the college application process. So it'll be good. We'll dabble a little bit into our freshman year experience too. But first, fan favorite, Chalky Milk review. Who wants to go first?
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I got the classic Stool Nerds chocolate milk. I've been rating it like around a 9.0, and it sticks to it.
There we go. We love to see that in the glass. Just unreal.
The reason I didn't want to go first is because I wanted to make sure that I rate equivalent to how I did before. So I'm looking it up real quick. So I have the Gitas. I had this like 2 weeks ago or something because it's really the only one that my family gets. But it's solid. Before I rated it 6.2. I feel like looking at the list, that's still pretty accurate. It's good.
Really?
It's no better than good.
That's fair. I don't know. My aunt actually, like, Gita's is a Connecticut thing, and my aunt is also from Connecticut, and like she was like, Gita's is the best. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I think Tyler Miller's got this covered. 6.2.
Don't get me wrong, it's good, but
Yeah.
there are so much better chocolate milk out there.
That's fair. What about you, Devin? Got the main classic?
Yeah, dude, should I go?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oakhurst. Let's see.
What is that?
The main classic.
I'm so curious. Is that like a California thing? Are we talking
He's
off-brand
in
here?
Maine.
Like,
I'm in Maine right now.
Yeah, Maine, the
right,
state.
yeah. Sorry.
The classic from the state of Maine.
Cheers.
Remember, we do Portnoy scale.
That's good. That's 7.4, I think.
7.4.
I was gonna say 7. I was thinking 7.9, like going into this before I had it. But I think 7.4. So
I think that's really strong.
I think it's honestly really good, but
Yeah.
it's like I thought it was gonna be better.
Brilliant analysis, I'd say.
I mean, it looks like it almost held up to your expectations.
It almost did. It almost
half a
did.
point drop. Not too shabby. Not too
Not
shabby.
too bad.
Last but not least, we got the UMass Dining Hall Classic. We got the premium jersey chalky milk from, you can't see it, it's with lighting. Let's see, Maple Line Farm. It's a great time. Got this at Big Y today. Big Y, undisputed for me, greatest grocery store. They had like 5 different aisles full of chalky milk. So it goes hand in hand with me. But honestly, high expectations for this. This could beat Trader Joe's with the 9.3. It could. I'm not saying that
Good,
will, but it could. There is a possibility here. So
No.
we're getting a chocolate ice cream aroma coming from here. I love the bottle right here. It's just exciting. It says the expiration date, July 4th, 2020. So we're before that. So we're good. But we're just going to dive right in. That is really tough. It's amazing chalky milk. It may not beat Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
maybe,
I was gonna say.
but this is, I don't know. Let's go in for another sip.
I honestly, like pre-commentary, I would be surprised if you give this anything higher than 9. Just out of presentation, we've seen a lot of chocolate milks on this channel,
Are you
And
telling
for
me this
something,
isn't good presentation?
It's
that's
wholesome.
exactly what I'm telling you. I'm cutting straight through the bullshit. I don't think that in comparison to what we've seen with the Trader Joe's or the Stu Leonard's, that's just not really up there in comparison. But if you want to say that it's good, then hey.
You know what? You don't put the presentation in your mouth. You know, you just get the taste. That's what we're doing.
You know, Tyler, you're 100% wrong. This is a 9-1.
Okay.
That is very good. And it's from New Jersey. Questionable state in general, but chocolate milk is probably up there. 9-1. I
Congrats.
stick to it.
I stand corrected.
Mhm.
Corrected.
That's right, you do. But yeah, really, I thought that was great analysis from the four of us. You know, if you guys have any chocolate milks that you guys want to see reviewed on this podcast, please leave a comment below. We've been getting some comments from some very sketchy people recently on our podcast. Our lone comments of our 45 view podcast have been from some crazy people. We'd love to see some feedback as to some chocolate milks, but you know, let's get right into it. You know, we're talking about the college application process. We've all been through it. But Devin, you've been through it most recently. I don't know. Just can you share a little bit of your experience? And, you know, you're going to St. Andrews next year in Scotland, maybe why you chose that school?
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, I just want to say that after having a few more sips of the chocolate milk, it definitely screams 7.4. So I'm happy with that. But on the college process, I think one thing that helped me a lot was getting my applications or the essays done as much as I could in the summer because the prompts come out pretty early. So that was something that definitely helped a lot. And then having a good person to talk to, so whether it's like an advisor or someone that's been through the process recently, is also really helpful. Next year, it's going to be really interesting with the coronavirus, I think, and then with the testing being optional, I think, with a lot of schools. So,
Yeah, I mean, for starters there, I got to agree with you on the you said getting the essay done during the summer. That's a real good idea. Was me and Cheema, we did it together actually
Facts.
through our own program, and it was a lot of fun.
Shout out Apogee.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, getting that essay done, yeah, I think you're totally right. At least that's when I was, you know, applying to college.
Yeah.
That was like something that I told you is you need to have that done early because it is so annoying otherwise.
Yeah, I can speak to that because I did not do it over the summer, and it was a big pain in the butt to get that done and do all the other like application stuff. Kind of overwhelming.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Also, I think if there's somewhere that you really want to go, early decision is definitely a good idea. It can definitely help you get in, except for I think Georgetown is the one school where it doesn't help you. But next year that might be different. So
that is interesting. I never heard that.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Georgetown.
They tell you that, I think, on the tour. So
is it that like if you apply early, it's still like the same chance you get in, or what do you mean?
I think it might even be harder to get in.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's great. I feel like early decision, like that shows, you know, that you actually want to go there. Like it shows commitment. So that making it harder for you to get there if you're early decision.
Well,
questionable.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the first time I've ever heard of that. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure in recent years it's happened.
I mean, I feel like maybe
I could be wrong.
I was gonna say maybe the sentiment of, oh, if I apply ED, I'll get in, I'll have a better chance, has caused more people to apply ED and somehow makes it harder to get in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
it was also only at Georgetown though that I heard that.
That's fair. But why'd you choose St. Andrews in the end? Like, what did you like about over other schools?
Well, so one thing that I really liked about it is the major that I chose, which is financial economics. So that'll be pretty interesting. And then being close to London, that would be pretty cool to have like an internship there. And then also a lot of golf, which is going to be tons of fun. And then just kind of something different. And then after a year, if I want to transfer, people who I guess go there, they can kind of. I know people that have gotten into good places, so. Who have wanted to transfer, but then they've actually stayed there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I might try to transfer. I might not, but we'll see.
That's smart. I like your thinking. You're open to things. That's key.
Wow, fair enough. I gotta ask though. So obviously, it's a really good, fantastic decision. St. Andrews is a great school. Did you apply to like a lot of other schools? Use the Common App? I remember because we all obviously use the Common App, but I didn't use it for every application I sent in. Like, I don't know. Did you get it all done through there, or was it like more annoying than that?
No. St. Andrews is super easy through the Common App. Yeah, and then the other school that I didn't apply to, or that I applied to that didn't use the Common App was, or actually the only school I think that I applied to that didn't use the Common App was University of Washington. And then
UW.
Yeah, I was thinking about going there, but then decided not to. So yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, I think you're making the right plays.
Oh, it's nice of you.
Wow.
We'll see what happens.
Tyler, you were an early decision applicant.
Yes, I was. I can attest to it was a really, really good decision because I applied to I think 9 schools, 3 of which I really, really wanted to go to. I think 4. My top contendants were I really wanted to go to either BU, Boston University, Fordham, or GW. And I really I think I could have gone to any of those and been fine. But I realized at some point, if I got into all 3, it would be Boston University. That's where I'd go. So I'm like, if that's my number 1, even if I don't really care too much, if it's just kind of in the top 3, I might as well ED there. And it was really smart because otherwise I'm not sure I would have gotten into any of those schools. So definitely worth it in the end. And oh my God, it made senior year so much less stressful. It was just coasting. I mean, not actually just doing no work, but it was kind of coasting through for the rest of the year for sure.
Yeah, less stress for you, definitely. I remember Tyler's senior year. Yeah, he had the good vibes.
I also applied ED to Brown and was deferred. So, senior year was not an easy breezy campaign for me. And some schools have ED too, where it's the same thing, but just later. And their idea is that sometimes you just don't know where you want to go in the fall, but a lot of people just use it as it's another advantage to get in. So I did ED2 to Tufts, and I also got deferred from there. So I didn't hear back until I guess the very end of March. Tufts was the last school I heard from, and I got in. I was like, oh, cool. I'm there.
Dude, that's exciting, man. Really proud of you.
And I think that's a good strategy too. Not a lot of people think about that. You can ED to 2 schools if the first one is messing up with you. If they defer to you or reject you. If it doesn't work out, you still have another early decision call up your sleeve at some schools.
Yeah. I'd definitely say a lot of people think oh, I got deferred from the school, they're going to reject me in the end. But no, that didn't happen with you. You got in eventually. There's still hope in those situations.
Because sometimes, they're just not sure, but they know that you want to come here enough where you are willing to commit. So it gives you a boost, a little asterisk.
Unless you're in Georgetown.
I don't know if they do. It might be early action. I don't know if they have early decision or not. It's one or the other, I think.
Yeah.
I could be completely wrong also. They might just have early decision and early action. I don't know.
That's fair. I've known of a lot of schools that only do early action. The school I go to, UMass Amherst, is the same. I also was an ED2 applicant. I didn't do any early decisions, but I sort of got to know Syracuse's communication school a lot more over the October, December months. My mom went to Syracuse. She loved it there. So I was like, all right, time to apply ED2 to Syracuse specifically for that. I ended up getting into to the university as a whole, but not the communications program. It's really competitive. From my days at Good Morning Staples, I was like, maybe I should be a TV guy. But, I'm kind of thankful that didn't work out just because I don't know if that would be the career for me. But overall, just for me, I remember the summer before I went through the whole baseball recruitment process, and it turned out to be a failure for me. Nobody was interested in me. I just threw didn't throw fast enough. But overall, a fun experience.
Their loss, Alex. It was their loss.
Exactly. You know, who doesn't want a guy that throws 70 miles per hour for 70% strikes? But you know, it's I'll dabble a little bit more into that later. But yeah, then I realized, like, you know, if I'm not going to go to a school for baseball, I might as well go to a big school where I can support like Division I academics and stuff. But Division I academics, yeah, Division I athletics, and just be part of that crowd. And for me, it was between UConn, Boston University, Syracuse, and UMass Amherst. And well, UConn, I would have had to go to a regional school for 2 years, and I was like, no chance. BU didn't get in, but that's a hard school to get into. Syracuse got in earlier, and then UMass, I applied early action and got in, and received a scholarship from them. And just like overall, you know, number one, dining was big for me. That's a very underlooked topic right there, just in terms of qualities of a school. It's really important, especially for me. I'm celiac, gluten-free. UMass has been perfect for me in terms of that, but just, you know, I want to live in Boston in the future, so UMass sets me up perfectly there. And then just overall, like finance, stuff like that, UMass was twice as cheap as Syracuse. So I was like, all right, done deal. Let's go. And it was a great decision. But yeah.
I just take this time to say that, Alex, I like how the two parts of your mustache are following social distancing protocol.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a quote for the description, I'd say.
Oh my God, you got him. You really got him.
But that is really funny. You know, my beard situation. Yeah. That is, you know, it looks like that. That's not actually true. But
dude, how did you do that, Alex? What like?
You know, it's a good question. I also have some gray in my beard right there. But pretty much my beard protocol is all about laziness. So I'll shave like once a month. I was thinking about shaving today, but I didn't. I don't know if that was the best call, but you know, didn't shave today. Haven't shaved for like 3 weeks. And this is what happens. You know, you get this nice beard here, but you get the social distancing mustache. You know, it's summer. I don't really know if I care as much about my look as I would be in the school years. So maybe I should.
I've ever seen that before, Alex.
Really?
I don't think so, dude. I think it's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I don't know why I have like gray hair, but my mom talks to me about it a lot, and you know, she still supports me. So, you know, I like your point though.
I mean, someday when we're all old and bald, it's not gonna matter. But
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Will, how about you talk about your mustache?
Oh yeah, so this thing, it's about 3 months of growth. To be honest though, like it's just like it's really blonde. It's like, you know, if it was darker, you'd be able to see better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, you want to come over feel it, because there's enough there.
Definitely.
I think that's impressive though. Not gonna lie. Your mustache isn't social distancing, so
no, it connects.
Really, that's tough. I don't know. I don't know if it's
might get rid of it soon.
Yeah.
Experiment has run its course. So it's not going to really change much.
Mm-hmm.
So Devin, I gotta ask, how many schools did you visit, and then how many did you end up applying to?
Oh, let's see. So I ended up visiting quite a few. I applied to like 20, including a few UCs, but a lot of them were on the Common App. So yeah.
Still, oh my God.
Yeah.
Woo.
It was a lot, but yeah.
I heard the UCs are tough.
They're tough. Yeah, they are. They have a weird kind of GPA system, and they get so many applications that
that makes sense.
Yeah,
tough to really stand out and get considered. Yeah, fair.
Definitely.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like. I think about like all the essay writing I did, all the the visiting I did. Do you think in the end visiting all those schools, I mean, was worth it? Do you think it really helped you to like find the spot that you are gonna feel most comfortable, or do you think it was just a waste?
I think it was definitely good to see which type of school I wanted to go to rather than like the exact school, just because you don't really know exactly where you're going to get into. And then so you can kind of see which schools you want to apply to and which schools are pretty similar, and then which schools also you have a better chance at. So I think definitely seeing what type of school you're interested in is probably the most important thing.
And what type of school did you land on? What type? How would you qualify St. Andrews?
Oh, I mean, like whether or not it's like in a big city, whether or not it's kind of like I guess or like more urban. So St. Andrews isn't like a super big city, and I didn't want to be like in like New York or something like that. And then also, I guess if you want like what kind of athletics you want, so Division I or not. I had the golf at St. Andrews, which will be fun. And then I don't know. I think St. Andrews is kind of a different type of atmosphere. The University of Washington was the other one that I was really looking at. And so that's more of I guess, a bigger school, and also kind of in a city. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. And then I think juxtaposed to that, I went for, urban city school.
Right.
I think mine might be a little bit bigger, but we both have the D1 athletes for sure. Yeah. And so not completely the same, but also not completely different either.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any activities like you're planning on, do you have any clubs or stuff that like you're looking to do at St. Andrews?
I don't know anything about. Well, I mean, there's a golf club that I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna try to do. There's like a 600 club where it's like 600 members, and you can kind of just play whenever. And then I might try to be on the team. We'll see what happens with that.
I think that's a huge play.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah.
Devin can golf. I don't know. Me, Tyler, and Will have been hitting the links, but it's no Devin.
No, I'm not very good. I've been playing pretty poorly lately, so.
How poorly? Like 33 over par?
on the front nine.
Just on 9.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. I don't think a 33 over par is really that bad. I think you gotta look optimistically.
High score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Glass
Can't beat
half
that.
full.
If it's baseball, or just any other sport besides golf, you're winning with a 33 over. But
There you go.
not golf, Tyler.
Although, okay, yeah. We're trying our best out here. I took 4th in the golf tournament the other weekend, so not too shabby.
Yeah, but did you get 11 on a hole?
You did outscore me there.
So.
You did outscore me a little bit better.
Tyler got a 9 though on one hole. I remember.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, no, it's not bad.
Pretty impressive.
Not happy. I hit 2 out into the parking lot. I'm glad I didn't lose any more money. I hit with some cars there, but.
So Devin, are you like nervous about flying over an ocean to go to school? Anything like that? Like far from home?
I mean, honestly, not really. I mean, because I'd be away from my parents regardless. And my dad's going to visit a lot because he also likes to golf. So he'd probably visit more at St. Andrews than anywhere else, honestly. So
there we go.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I think it'll be fine. And also a lot of kids from my school have gone there in the past, so I'll know some people there already, which will be nice. So.
Oh, nice. It's always good to know a few people like once you like go to a new place. So it seems like you have the right mentality. Like you're not stressing too much about it. You're going to do well there. And if not, you talked about the ability to transfer. So I feel like you definitely have the right mindset. And that's definitely something that not everyone has. So that's definitely you definitely got the right vibes.
Thank you. Well, one thing also to consider about St. Andrews, if anyone's thinking about applying who's listening, if you're in one of the schools, so say the science school or the art school, you can't take classes at the other school. So I can't take classes within the science school. So that's another thing. That's another reason why I might try to transfer if I want to go to medical school. So, yeah, just because I'd have to have my prerequisites.
Yo, Tyler's chalky milk pour there. I think it was better. No look, man. Like, how does that compare to desks in episode 7?
Your desk was messy. He
It
almost
was kind of
stole it.
messy, yeah. I think Tyler's was better, even though I rated desks a 10.
This is a 12.
This is a 12.
Also, it made a funny little bubble sound.
Oh, true.
That's cute. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. But yeah, back to like the topic. I don't know. I think we should go around and share some just overall advice for like going through like the college application process. Just some steps for success. I don't know who wants to start, but
I mean, I could start. I remember, so kind of what Devin, you were saying, how when you visit schools, it's more like finding characteristics you like than like this school specifically.
Definitely.
And not through visiting schools, but just in general, one of my things was like, I didn't want to have to fly. And sometimes you just got to set yourself limits, because if I didn't make that like statement, I'd have like 3 times as many schools to pick from. And just make it easier for yourself, you know, like it'll work out.
Definitely.
So trust the process and
Yeah.
push yourself as much as you can, but, you know, set rules and just, you know, it'll work out.
I think that's smart though. Like keep it low stress. Definitely for me, like I was in the same boat. I didn't want to fly either, just because if I need to go home for something, I want the ability to do that. At my school, I'm 2 hours away from home and I'm in a different state. So it feels like I can go home if I need to. It's not a bad drive. I can do it in a day. Like my parents sometimes, since it's number one dining, they just come up for lunch, they just chill, and then they go home, and it's completely manageable. But I also want to experience like a new thing. So that's definitely something to look out for. And you'll find that out early when you start looking at schools.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with all that. You know, when you first start out, at least restricting sort of some of the qualities to like basic qualities schools you're looking at is important to help, you know, narrow it down. But even after that, at the end of the day, I think visiting a lot and then applying to only a few is kind of the way to go. You know, working as much as you can, as hard as you can on fewer applications is usually better than, you know, spreading yourself too thin. Like, you know, making like a second Common App account to do more than 20 applications is too much.
That's the
Don't
thing
do
people
that.
do.
You definitely, you know, you want to stick with, you know, Devin said 20. For me, it was something like 10 to 12.
I would
Many.
agree.
Yeah.
Do 10 to 12. Don't do 20.
I was in the same boat as Tyler. I did 11. I remember.
I did 10.
Yeah. Just making sure you get it right on the ones that you are looking at is important. But with that said, looking at a lot of schools is also a good thing. Like looking at 20 schools, go for it. If you have the time to visit 20 schools, that is huge. Getting a good feel for what you want in a school, it's all about experience. The more you visit a school, the better of an idea you'll have if you like it. So
it can't hurt you to see it.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, other things I'd say, like when you visit schools, you can talk to the representatives from the school and like the admissions officers and really see what they want from an application. And that can be really helpful just for ideas and everything. Yeah, I mean that can help a lot. And also it can tell you kind of what to do in the summers or give you an idea of what they're like, what schools are looking for. So
yeah,
That's smart.
I was gonna say I got to agree. Like doing basically, you know, you got like your 8 to 10 schools that you really like, your 10 to 12 that you're going to apply to. You just work on the admissions people. Literally send them emails, drown them in emails. If they know your name when they see your application, you're like 1,000 more times likely to get in. You know, if you've gone up to them and asked them questions at events, they're like, oh yeah, that Devin kid, he seemed like really interested. I'm going to accept him, even though he has a 2.0 GPA, which isn't true. But you know, it's the way to get it to, you know, get into their sort of system.
Yeah,
get into their head.
I definitely agree. Like they literally like keep tabs of that, especially like if you tour school. When you sign up for a tour, they're gonna take note of that. I'd say one of my biggest pieces of advice is go to the school and check it out. If like obviously the coronavirus for the class of 2024 made it somewhat impossible if you didn't do before March to do so. But if you have the ability to take a tour of the school, it can't hurt you. and they're going to like keep tabs of that. It shows commitment. You're going to have a higher chance of getting into the school in the end. And tours are fun. You get free
I was about to
food.
say, I was like, also it's fun.
Yeah, tours are mad fun. I have some great memories of touring schools. One of the cool things I did, not every school has this, but UConn was my first choice. Didn't get in, not upset about it. Definitely happier at UMass. But one of the cool things they do is they do a program called Husky for a day, where you get paired up with like a few college students at the university, and you go around for the day and just experience like classes, hang out with people, complete tour of the school. I was paired with 3 sophomore girls, I'm pretty sure. So that made my experience go from a 9 to a 10. But overall, that was maybe one of the best days of my life, just driving up to UConn, being alone, being in like actual, like not being with my parents, like being able to like experience college by itself. So like, I'd say look into whether your school the school that you're looking at does a program similar to it, and you can't beat that. You're gonna have a great time.
Absolutely.
Little fun fact for you, just because we were talking about how important touring is. If you are a rising junior or senior, you still can tour right now, but not in person, online. Virtual tours, I'm assuming they keep track of them. They are available. My siblings are rising seniors. I have twin younger brothers, and they have both been doing, virtual tours to a bunch of different schools. It's the best thing you can do right now, and it's better than nothing. And they probably track it. So make sure to try that out. Check that out. It's a lot more biased than an in-person look, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, you get a good idea of what you're getting into with any given school.
And on the note of tours, again, it's hard when you're not doing it in person, but an important part is just like the vibe of the students. Like I remember at Brown, after the tour, my mom and I just like sat in this like coffee shop where the students were hanging, and it's like listen to like how they talk to each other and about their classes and stuff. And they were very like Brown is a very not like it's not competitive, but like compared to like a Johns Hopkins, they're like opposites in the sense that like Johns Hopkins is like cutthroat. Everybody just wants to like be the best, whereas Brown is like everyone's just trying to learn. So it's like you can really, if you get a feel for what the student body's like, you can see like what I fit in here. So that's another important aspect to consider.
That's brilliant. I never thought of that, but that definitely gave you a better look at what's going on, because like the people at the school, like those are the people that you're actually going to be spending the next 4 years with. So if you don't fit in with those people, like you're not going to be happy. That's just the fact of the matter. So that's definitely strong ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Devin, you got any last advice for the viewers? Anything else that, you just went through that you think would help anybody else out?
Honestly, I think just making sure that your application is sound in terms of like look at every single aspect of it. So your essays, your extracurriculars, and your test scores. I mean, next year, I don't know how that's going to be, but make sure that you have as many, I guess, extracurricular activities as you can. So I don't know. I mean, if you're a sophomore right now, try to do something in the summer, try to take a class if you can. That's definitely helpful. That's definitely helped some of my friends. And I don't know, the essays are very, very important. So make sure that you keep looking over those and you're open to changing them also.
Mm-hmm. I feel like schools are definitely looking for like a more balanced person when going through applications. Like before it was like, do you have a 4.0? Do you have great grades, stuff like that? And if you did, then you're going places. But now it's like, I've seen a lot of Ivy League reaction videos and stuff, and these people, they have the greatest GPA and the greatest scores, but they didn't do anything in high school. They didn't do any clubs, and they get rejected from all these schools because they're not the most balanced person they could be. So I definitely say, like, if you're going through high school right now, try to find like a few organizations that you really like and be active in them, as well as like make sure you keep your grades where you want them to be, and focus on your SATs and ACTs if you choose to take them. Just be balanced. Balance is key.
Just do stuff.
Do stuff.
It's really that simple. Just do stuff.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Awesome.
A little shorter pod. That's what we want.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank
Dude,
you for joining us.
Again,
much
yeah.
fun.
Thank you for having us, Devin. It was an absolute great time.
It was so much fun, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah. But look, I really appreciate all you viewers' support. If you like this content, please leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're looking to get to 50 subs. We're at 44 subs right now. At 50 subs, we will be doing a Q&A. So let's get to 50 subs. Just a few away from 1,000 at this point. Looking
Road
to
to
get
1K.
some. Yeah, road to 1K is, we're almost there. Just need a few more. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Expect more Chalky Milk reviews and podcast action. We'd like to dabble into some non-podcast action in the future. But every Wednesday, expect a pod from us, the Chalky Milk Gang, the best Chalky Milk related channel on YouTube. But, Devin, thank you so much for joining us. Same with Tyler and Will. You guys are great. But until next time, see you later.